she stood on the platform, waiting for her train to arrive, she knew this would be no ordinary trip. Something was moving within her, a change she could not understand but knew she must follow. Images pushed their way into her mind with such force she was unable to block them, no matter how hard she tried. The all-too-real scenes of pain, suffering, and death she witnessed every day pulled fiercely at her heart. What more could she do? What more could she give beyond what she had already given? Hi, I'm Garvin DeShazer, and this is your daily inspiration. As a child growing up, Agnes was fascinated by stories of missionaries in Bengal. Her father died suddenly when she was just 8, leaving the family in difficult financial straits, but they found comfort and support in their local parish. Her mother's love and her faith in God defined her values and ultimately shaped her future. From the age of 12, she felt a calling, and at 18, she answered that call by joining a convent and traveling to India. Though she didn't know it at the time, she would never see her mother or sisters again. On May 24, 1931, Agnes took her vows as a nun, choosing the name Teresa after the patron saint of missionaries. For 20 years, she served as a teacher and eventually as principal at St. Mary's School for Girls in Calcutta, living a simple life filled, as she described it, with fidelity and joy. But the poverty and deprivation she saw through the windows of her classroom had a profound impact on her. Climbing into the train's passenger car for the long ride to her annual retreat in Darjeeling that September in 1946, Teresa began to feel what she would later describe as the call within the call. I was to leave the convent and help the poor while living among them, she said. It was an order. To fail would have been to break the faith. It was later observed by Joseph Langford that, though no one knew it at the time, Sister Teresa had just become Mother Teresa. In 1948, she received permission from her superiors and, passing through the gates of her beloved Loreto convent, she began working among the poorest of the poor in the slums of Calcutta. She chose to wear a white Indian sari with blue border out of respect for traditional Indian dress. With no funding, often having to beg for basic supplies, she started an open-air school for slum children. For years, Mother Teresa and a small band of fellow nuns, some of whom had been her students at St. Mary's, worked in anonymity, surviving on minimal income and food. Slowly, her efforts were noted and acknowledged by the local community and even by Indian politicians. In 1950, she was granted authority from Rome to start her own order, the Missionaries of Charity, dedicated to loving and caring for those who have no other resources and no way to care for themselves. Today, the order has spread all over the world with over 600 missions, orphanages, and hospices operating in nearly 130 countries, as well as more than 1 million dedicated co-workers. In 1979, Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, quote, for work undertaken in the struggle of overcoming poverty and distress, which also constitutes a threat to peace, close quote. She declined to attend the ceremonial banquet, asking instead that the $192,000 budget be given to the poor. When she received the prize, she was asked, "What can we do to promote world peace?" Her answer, "Go home and love your family." Throughout her life, love was Mother Teresa's abiding theme. "Love cannot remain by itself," she said. It has no meaning. Love has to be put into action, and that action is service. Although she had already sacrificed a traditional life to her faith and had already dedicated herself to a life of teaching, the sister, Teresa, who boarded the train that September day, who answered the call within the call, discovered that she did have more she could give, as she became Mother Teresa, a global symbol of charitable, selfless giving, a beacon of light, and a true agent of love in the world. So, who needs your love today? What choices can you make? What service can you give to someone this day to be an agent of love in your world? As Mother Teresa said in her book, No Greater Love, it's not how much we do, but how much love we put in the doing. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put in the giving. Thanks for listening. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and infinite joy. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Scott Sampson, producer for the Daily Inspirations podcast. Garvin and I are excited to share these stories with you every Monday through Friday. If you're looking for inspiration on the weekend, come check out our blog. Visit dailyinspirationsandmeditations.com to learn more about us, and if you have an inspiring story you'd like to see featured on the podcast, fill out the Contact Us section on the website so we can get in touch with you. The Daily Inspirations podcast will always be free, so please help us get the word out by rating and reviewing us, and make sure to subscribe and share with others. We hope you have a truly inspired day. Until tomorrow, this is Scott, signing off.